Hi, and welcome to this new video in which I want to do a brief introduction on how to be sure you don't leak any credential in your public GitHub repository. There is a nice site called Git Guardian that creates report on the status of security in Git repository, especially in leaking credential in Git repository. And the bad thing is each year we look at the rise of credential leakage in Git repository. And since artificial intelligence is actually a really hot subject, many people are producing public Git repository with example or training or anything. And the vast majority of the interaction is done with GPT. And so you have API and API key that can get leaked in your repository. One of the best way to avoid accidentally leaking credential is any credential should never be written in a file that is inside your Git repository, because there is always the risk of committing those changes with secrets in the file and then pushing into the remote repository. In Python, there is a really nice library called Python.env that is simply capable of looking in all the ancestor directory of your Python file, a file called .env. And in that file, you will see, like in this example where I've redacted all the sensitive information, you can set a set of simple environment variable equal value. And this .env file get read automatically from Python.env library, and all this information are converted into environment variable for the duration of the script run. So you can place this .env file outside of your Git repository. And usually I put this file on the very top directory, and it has a couple of advantages. First advantage is there is no risk I commit this file into repository because it's outside any repository. So it's secure. It's a secure place where I can store my secrets. And the second advantage is, since this is included in the very root directory where I store all of my public repository, I have this .env file shared between all of my example I'm doing in Python. So it is really, really nice way to have a shared place where my OpenAI key, my Azure endpoint are configured, so every project is using the very same settings. And as you can see, loading this file is very simple because I'm using the load.env function, and I use another helper function that is called find.env that automatically look for all the parent directory until it finds the .env file. And then I simply print some value to just verify that I've indeed loaded the correct file. And now after running the cell, I can verify that the Azure endpoint and the OpenAI API base are indeed configured correctly from the file. And thanks to this simple technique, I can be sure that all of my examples are using the same value for environment variable, my API key, etc. And then all these sensitive settings are outside my Git-Controlled folder, so there is no risk accidentally publishing my secret on a public repository. And remember, each time you need some secret you need in code, please find a way not to put that secret in any file that is included in your repository. And the .env solution is so easy that I've written a simple example in even in C# that is able to do the very same thing, reading the .env file. And this concludes this video. I hope you liked it, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.